Did you know that women with ADHD are 3 times more likely to be misdiagnosed than men? For decades, we've been looking at ADHD through a narrow lens, missing millions of women who've been struggling in silence, wondering why they feel different, scattered, or like they're constantly failing at being normal. I'm about to share 10 signs that could completely reframe how you see yourself or someone you love. These aren't the hyperactive boy stereotypes you've heard about. These are the subtle, often invisible ways ADHD shows up in women's lives, and recognizing them could be life-changing. Before we dive in, I want to be clear that this isn't medical advice. If these signs resonate with you, please speak with a healthcare professional who understands ADHD in women. Now, let's uncover what's been hiding in plain sight. Sign number 1 is the internal restlessness that nobody sees. While boys might bounce off walls, women with ADHD often experience mental hyperactivity. Your mind feels like a browser with 50 tabs open, thoughts racing from your grocery list to that embarrassing thing you said 5 years ago to wondering if you locked the front door. This internal chaos is exhausting, but because it's invisible, it's often dismissed as anxiety or stress. The second sign is chronic disorganization despite genuine effort. You buy planners, download apps, watch organization videos, and genuinely try to get your life together. But somehow, your good intentions crumble within days. Your car becomes a mobile storage unit, your desk disappears under papers, and finding matching socks feels like an archaeological expedition. This isn't laziness or lack of caring. Your brain literally processes organization differently. Sign 3 is time blindness that affects everything. You consistently underestimate how long tasks will take, arrive fashionably late to everything, or suddenly realize 3 hours vanished while you were organizing your bookshelf. You might hyper-focus on interesting projects and forget to eat, then struggle to start boring but important tasks. Time feels fluid and unpredictable, making scheduling and deadlines constant sources of stress. The fourth sign is emotional intensity that feels overwhelming. Your emotions hit like tsunamis rather than gentle waves. Criticism cuts deeper, joy feels more expansive, and frustration explodes faster than seems reasonable. You might cry during commercials, feel devastated by minor setbacks, or experience mood swings that leave you feeling like you're on an emotional roller coaster. This emotional dysregulation often gets mislabeled as being too sensitive or dramatic. Sign number 5 is perfectionism paired with procrastination. This creates a vicious cycle where you delay starting projects because they need to be perfect, then rush through them last minute, disappointed with subpar results. You might spend hours researching the perfect system for organizing your photos, but never actually organize them. This isn't contradictory behavior. It's your brain trying to manage executive function challenges. The sixth sign is social exhaustion and masking. You work incredibly hard to appear normal in social situations, carefully monitoring your behavior, suppressing impulses, and remembering social rules. By the end of social events, you're completely drained, needing days to recover. You might feel like you're performing a role rather than being authentic, constantly worried about saying the wrong thing or being too much. Sign 7 is rejection sensitivity that shapes your choices. The fear of criticism or disapproval feels physically painful, influencing major life decisions. You might avoid applying for jobs you want, hesitate to express opinions, or end relationships at the first sign of conflict. This isn't regular shyness or insecurity. It's a neurological sensitivity that makes social rejection feel like a genuine threat. The 8th sign is inconsistent performance that confuses everyone, including yourself. Some days you're incredibly productive and capable, handling complex tasks with ease. Other days you can't focus long enough to write a simple email. Teachers, bosses, and even you might wonder why you can't just replicate your good days consistently. This isn't about effort or motivation. It's about how ADHD affects executive function unpredictably. Sign 9 is physical symptoms that seem unrelated. You might experience chronic fatigue from your brain working overtime, frequent headaches from concentration struggles, or digestive issues related to stress and irregular eating patterns. Sleep problems are common, either difficulty falling asleep because your brain won't quiet down, or sleeping too much as your exhausted system tries to recover. The final sign is a pattern of starting strong, but struggling to maintain momentum. You begin projects with enthusiasm and creativity, but lose steam when the initial excitement fades. Your home might be filled with abandoned hobbies, half-read books, and partially completed crafts. This isn't about lacking commitment. It's about how ADHD brains crave novelty and struggle with mundane follow-through. Here's what's crucial to understand. These signs often develop coping mechanisms that make ADHD invisible. Women become masters at masking, creating elaborate systems to manage symptoms, or avoiding situations that highlight their challenges. They might be labeled as anxious, depressed, or scattered, when the real issue is neurological differences that respond well to proper treatment and support. If several of these signs resonated deeply, you're not broken. Your brain works differently, and understanding that difference can unlock strategies that actually work with your neurology instead of against it. ADHD in women is real, valid, and treatable. The journey to diagnosis and treatment can transform lives, replacing years of self-criticism with self-understanding. You deserve support, accommodations, and strategies that honor how your unique brain operates. Recognition is the first step toward a life that feels more manageable and authentic. What resonated most with you from this list? Share your thoughts below, and remember, seeking help isn't weakness, it's wisdom. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button. Share this video with friends or family who might need to hear these signs. Awareness can change lives. Thank you for watching.